It starts before the snap. It's reacting to what's best in the situation. One more step, one more lift, a little bit higher, a little bit faster. Pushing your limit a little more every time until you forget you have limits. And that's when the fun begins. That's when you start doing things you never thought you could. That's when you stop caring about what you can't do, because what you can do is get better every day.
Hey there, Liberty football fans. Welcome to Drenchburg. Today, the Flames defend their home turf against the Dukes of Duquesne. We are forced indoors today with the weather here in the LFSN studios. Rhett McGibbon here, DJ Jordan, and Miles Hunter. Guys, it's been quite some time since we've seen the fans at home. Let's kind of recap. 4 losses in a row, and then you beat Gardner-Webb. What caused the losing streak, but then what got us back on track?
Well, first, for the record, I would have been fine being outside, getting my hair wet and everything. I would have been okay with that. But Liberty's got to get back on the ball, and I think you really got to look at defense. When you allow 56 points, 42 points, 31 points over this last 4-game losing skid, you can't beat anybody. And so their studs need to stand up. DeJuan Wells, Chris Turner, a lot of their stars really need to turn this around, and I think it starts with defense.
I think it's staying true to your identity, especially from an offensive perspective. Liberty is known for getting the ball down the field, throwing the ball down the field. You have Buckshot at the helm of this offense, and he can get the ball downfield with his arm. And he can do it effectively and efficiently. And when you get away from that, throwing screens and different things like that, and you're not staying true to who you are, I think it's a little too late when you start doing it in the third quarter, and that's why we've fallen short these last few weeks.
Let's take a look at Duquesne, give you a little 4-1-1 on them. This is a strong team, 7-1 record, first in the Northeast. They've got a fantastic offensive line. They've only allowed 8 sacks all season. Also, the turnover battle, they win it time and time again. They are plus 10 in that margin. They've got a great quarterback as well. And with more on him, we go to Bobby Bolick.
Well, guys, this might be the first time this season we've seen an opposing quarterback come into Williams Stadium with just as good or maybe even better stats than Buckshot Calvert. His name is Tommy Stewart. He started his college career at Butte College in California. The same junior college where Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers got his first start way back when. He transferred then to Boise State, where he played for 2 seasons with the Broncos before he made his last pit stop, guys, for the Dukes of Duquesne. And, guys, he's been a force to reckon with ever since. He comes to this game with 22 passing touchdowns and a 70% completion rate. Guys, you look at those numbers, you look at Buckshot's numbers, we got to showcase some great quarterbacks today.
Yeah, the Flames defense are going to have to be at their best. And with that, we go to the Foster Fields. Who's hot players to watch? And Miles, you're going right after the Flames' front 7 in this one.
Our front 7 have to play like men today. They have to be studs there. As you can see in the pictures, these guys are for real, and they have to be that way. But tonight, they have to play smart football. Their football IQ has to increase a little bit this evening if they're going to come out of this game with a win. Liberty, right now, you're going to hear these 2 words a lot, is gap integrity. We have guys that know how to fly to the football. They know how to get there. But right now, the issue is we're leaving gaps as wide as the Red Sea for running backs to get through. And so we can't do that if we're going to win the game today.
Yeah, speaking of running backs, you look at Duquesne, and their top running back is A.J. Hines. He's a really strong player.
This guy is dirty. I like this guy. He can run.
But I tell you, Duquesne has a lot of offensive balance, and that's why gap integrity is so important. You got to be disciplined because they've got another running back in P.J. Fulmer who also has about 400 yards as well. Even though A.J. is the top guy, you know, they have a lot of weapons. You got a good, strong quarterback. You know, they don't allow a lot of turnovers. So the defense for Liberty is going to have to be very, very disciplined today.
Miles is going to put you on the spot, and they do it. A.J. Hines, the backup running back, they can pound the ball.
Right.
Or is the defense up to it?
I think Liberty can do it. Liberty has every tool in the box that's necessary to win this game today. I think that if they play with great gap integrity and great football IQ, that they can win this game, but they have to do that.
And don't forget, bad weather. We could have more rain, so the run game is really going to have to be
slip and slide.
Right, yeah.
It could be. Well, hey, hard to believe, final time this year, we're going to go up to Mike Tilley and Matt Warner.
Hey, Red, thank you guys. And yeah, the rain certainly will be a factor in this game. It's Liberty's final season at the FCS level. It's the tough stretch has been well documented here over the last few weeks. But Matt, a great opportunity for the Flames to finish strong. November has been a good month for Coach Gill.
Yeah, oftentimes you hear coaches say you'll be remembered by what you do in November. The Flames have been great under Gill in the month of November. 14-5 overall, 8-2 at home where they find themselves today. But if they're going to get the win here, as you heard the fellas say, they're going to have to play one of their best games of the season because they're facing a Duquesne squad that may be playing as well as anybody in the nation. 7-1, 7 straight wins coming into this ball game. So they're confident, they're riding high, and with a veteran quarterback leading the way, why not? So the Flames, tough test today. We'll see if they're up to it here momentarily.
So we're getting set here as the officials have the captains at midfield and some of the honorary folks out on the field. Coach Turner Gill hoping to pick up win number 40 in his 6th season with the Flames this afternoon. This year, of course, he's 4-4. He's won or shared 4 Big South Conference titles here at Liberty. And head coach Jerry Schmidt of Duquesne, 13th season with the Dukes. He's been coaching college ball for 18 years as the head coach. He's from Pittsburgh. He's got an 8 winning seasons in the last 12. Great success as of late this season as well. Pretty amazing run for Duquesne. The Dukes winning the coin toss, and they have elected to defer. They're going to kick off, and Liberty is going to receive the kickoff. We'll see what the Flames can do offensively as we get this game underway momentarily. Jacob Gill is going to kick off for the Dukes. Ball resting about the 35-yard line. There he is. And for Liberty, kickoff returners this season, well, Frankie Hickson, number 23, has just been amazing. A sophomore, he is fast. And Matt, he has the potential to break it open.
Yeah, we saw one of the best returners in the nation a year ago. Hasn't been quite as easy for him this season, but yeah, certainly has that potential to be a game changer.
This kickoff returned by Espinoza, 20-yard line, and he makes his way to the 24. So Liberty will start offensively there. The Flames quarterback, number 12, Buckshot Calvert, just 20 years old, and he's thrown a TD pass in 10 straight games. His numbers are so impressive this year, but we're going to be watching to see if he can break a Liberty record here this afternoon. We'll tell you more about that in just a few moments. Flames, of course, are 4-4 overall, 1-2 in the Big South Conference. Duquesne, of course, 7-1 and leading the NEC. Liberty getting set offensively. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Buckshot's pass. Gandy Golden has it. Knocks the defender down and steps out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Flames averaging 33 points per game, 450 yards a game. A young offensive line, and the only senior, Michael Hinderman, is from Atlanta. The Flames lost their running back, Todd Macon, for the season, so Kennedy and Mosley are in the backfield most of the time now. Gandy Golden, of course, 112 yards away from 1,000 receiving yards this season. Carrington Mosley carrying right there.
Yeah, Mosley coming off a good game against Gardner-Webb. Went over 100 yards on the ground. Establishing the run has been something the Flames have had trouble doing this season. We'll see if they can get it going today.
Buckshot's pass to Gandy Golden, 40-yard line, has the first down, hit hard, penalty marker thrown as he makes his way to the 50.
Yeah, let's see, there may have been a hold there on the edge. Looked like B.J. Farrow, number 82, might be...
Holding. Offense, number 82.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, first down.
The Dukes are giving up 330 yards a game of offense, allowing 21 points a game. They run a 3-4 defense made up of 4 seniors, 5 juniors. The inside linebacker Nathan Stone has 4 sacks, and strong safety Abner Roberts with 4 interceptions to lead the team and that secondary.
Well, Mike, this week in the press conference, Turner Gill said, boy, penalties.
Correct.
Really got to clean those up.
Down.
They keep setting themselves back offensively, and already right here on this first drive, you have a nice gain, nice little swing pass out to Gandy Golden, and it's wiped off the board because of a hold. This is exactly what Coach Gill's been talking about all week long.
Second down 11, pass to Mosley. Caught behind the line of scrimmage and will lose 3 yards. Brett Zendato making the tackle.
Yeah, Zendato coming up from that outside linebacker position. Good job sniffing out the screen. Tackling for a loss, and now put Liberty in a tough spot. 3rd and 14, and here Duquesne sends on an extra defensive back.
Third down, 14. Liberty this year is 45% on third down conversions. Buckshot going down the sideline, overthrows the intended receiver. It looked like B.J. Farrow was the guy he was trying to get it to.
Yeah, the Flames want to take shots downfield, especially when you have one-on-one with a guy like Farrow or Gandy Golden. But no chance for him to make the play there as that one sailed about 3 yards out of bounds.
Liberty's got a punt here on the opening possession of the game. Trey Turner comes in. Turner celebrating a birthday today, is going to stand inside the 20-yard line. Back to receive this punt is Crawford. And he's waiting about the 30-yard line. Crawford, of course, the outstanding wide receiver for the Dukes as well. This punt hits at the 33. Look at that roll. 15. It'll go down about the 12-yard line.
That's a nice birthday present right there, Mike Tilley.
Yeah, he picks up about 20 yards on the roll. And what a great job by Turner. Dukes quarterback, number 6, Tommy Stewart. He's from Baltimore, transferred to the Dukes from Boise State. He completes 70% of his passes. He's got 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, nearly 2,000 passing and rushing yards combined this season. And, of course, he's a grad student, leading his program to a great season, as Bobby told us in the pregame. So we'll see what Stewart has. The Big South would like to thank Hardee's. Hardee's is a contributing partner to the Big South Network. First down 10 for the Dukes. They start on the 12-yard line. A dangerous offense. That pass thrown incomplete to Crawford. Dukes are averaging 33 points a game. Number 2 in the country in red zone offense. Veteran offensive line, 3 starters over 300 pounds. The running back A.J. Hines, very special. The FCS National Freshman of the Year last season, had 3 TDs a week ago. Crawford, the leading receiver, 11 touchdown catches, and he's tied for first in the FCS in touchdown receptions this year. Second down 10. Handoff. Hines tackled after a 2-yard gain. Liberty giving up too many rushing yards this season. Going to be challenged all day long. A 4-3 defense. You see the nose guard there. And the linebackers, Davis and McKinney, both sophomores. And the secondary, what a game Jeremy Peters had last Saturday. He's a junior. 3 interceptions a week ago. Third down and 7. The Dukes are about 49% on third down conversions this year. Stewart in trouble, and he's going down. Maybe a yard gain. It'll be a punting situation for the Dukes.
Boy, good start for this defense that has had its issues this season. Able to force him into a 3-and-out, and you saw that there from Stewart. He's an athletic guy, doesn't necessarily look to run a ton, would rather throw it, but a good job that time by Solomon McGinty, just kind of shadowing him, forcing him to tuck it and try to pick up the first down with his feet.
Head coach Jeremy Schmidt there on the sideline as offense off the field. The special teams are in. Punter standing at the 2-yard line. Low spiral punt. Fielded at the 38-yard line. Stubbs wrapped up. Ball loose on the field. They battle for it. They'll say it was dead, I think, at the 41-yard line. Now the officials are scrambling a little bit, but they appear to have marked it at the 41. Timeout on the field, just underway. Liberty University charging out of the gate, trying to get on the board.
The runner was down.
Be free to be you. The freedom to drive what you want to drive, wear what you want to wear, and bank where you want to bank. At Carter Bank & Trust, you'll find the freedom to bank the way you like. Personal service with a smile, face-to-face from people that know you. And with services like our no-fee debit card, lifetime free checking, and over 100 convenient locations, you're free to bank your way. Carter Bank & Trust. the freedom to be you.
First head-to-head meeting ever between these two programs. Liberty, of course, lost to St. Francis by 6 weeks ago. They're also in the NEC. Matt, what are the keys to this game?
Well, starting for Duquesne, they got to run the rock. Liberty is the 9th worst run defense in the nation, and over the last 3 games have given up 379 yards per game on the ground. So they got to be able to run it effectively and also win the turnover battle, something the Dukes have done all season long. And then for Liberty, get off the field. Get off the field on 3rd down. They just did it there. They struggled mightily to do it against Gardner-Webb a week ago. And then also survive the second. Duquesne has been unreal in the second quarter of games. The Flames, that's been their biggest struggle, has been in the second quarter. Liberty has to find a way to kind of get through that second quarter, still be in this one. And that's been an issue. Turner Gill's talked a lot about it. The second quarter is when a lot of the adjustments happen, and he feels his team has been slow to adjust in that quarter. They can't afford to be slow today against the Dukes.
Before we went to break there was a little scuffle around the 40-yard line, but the officials had blown it dead at the 41. So Liberty starts at the 41, first down and 10. Hickson is in the backfield behind Calvert at quarterback, and you see the Flames have 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. They got 2 to the other side of the field as well. That handoff, Hickson with a burst of speed to the 37-yard line. Let's go to Bobby.
Yeah. Well, guys, Todd Macon got some devastating news this past week after feeling a pop in his right knee at practice on Sunday night. The same right knee that he injured in the spring. Coach announced at the press conference this week that the senior will be out for the rest of the season and will have to undergo surgery again in the next couple weeks. So, guys, never a way you want to see your senior end his career, that's for sure.
Yeah, a tough break for him. Just had worked so hard here early season, off season, tried to get an opportunity to come back and play his senior year, and certainly sad for him. A loss of a yard there. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Flames. Hickson losing a yard.
Good to see Hickson getting a little bit of space there a couple of plays ago. That was his longest run by far of the season. It's been tough for him to get loose this year. It's been tough for the entire group of running backs for Liberty at times this season, but I've seen him have just a little bit of success. As we mentioned, can be an explosive playmaker if you can get him into space.
Buckshot throws it, caught out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Damian King has the Liberty first down.
Damian King, who leads this team in receptions, that's number 55 on the season, has been so good, especially on those shorter routes. We know about how elusive he is in the open field, but a young man who has really bounced back in his junior season, actually from the same high school as wide receivers coach Kyle DeArmond. So those guys have a connection, and boy, he has had a breakout season for the Flames.
Under 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Liberty in the red zone, first down and 10, just inside the 15. Handoff, Hickson running hard to the 8.
Takes it again on the carry.
7-yard gain for Frankie Hickson.
Number 2, Brandon, stand back.
Yeah, we see the Flames a lot of times. Basically, they'll just give one of their backs a series. Next series, they may give it back to the other one. There's not usually a lot of substituting within the series itself. So this is Hickson's series, it would appear. And he's got a nose for the end zone.
Second down, about 3. Buckshot gives it to Hickson again. Tries to turn it back. Tackled at the 6. A gain of about 1.5 yards. It'll be 3rd down. Liberty has had great success in the red zone this year, Matt. 88% of the time they score.
That's true. They would like to get that number up a little higher as far as touchdowns, though, in the red zone. Just 56% of the time are they coming away with a touchdown. So they want to see if they can punch this thing in. You drive it down all this way against a good team like Duquesne, you hate to come away with 3.
Looks like it's going to be a 3rd down, about 2. Picks it again, hit behind the line of scrimmage. May have gained a yard, but it's going to be 4th down. Will the Flames go for it?
Well, it's never good when you see about 5 of your offensive linemen about 3 yards downfield and a sea of white jerseys behind them. And that's what you saw at the end of that play. And it does appear the Flames are going to go for it here on 4th and 2. They just subbed out Hickson, brought in Carrington Mosley, the bigger back. So right here early in the first quarter, Turner Gill already rolling the dice.
This is the 12th time this season that Liberty's gone for it on 4th down. They're about 50%. Mosley has the first down, driving for the end zone, still on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown. Carrington Mosley would not be denied.
That was a man-sized run from Carrington Mosley. He ran into folks at the line of scrimmage and just carried them all in.
Before he came loose.
Look at this. How many guys are around him and the pile just keeps on moving. That's a tone setter.
Alex Probert comes in to attempt the extra point. He's 62 of 66 on extra points in his career, and as he is set to kick it, the officials apparently are reviewing that touchdown again quickly in the booth, and so we'll wait for them to make sure they're okay, and they seem to be. So Liberty strikes first with 7:48 to go in the first quarter. The extra point. Good. The Liberty Flames trying to win it here at home against the non-conference Duquesne Dukes, powering their way to the end zone and the first score of the game.
Some things become traditions. Thank you for making yours Foster Fuels.
Kraft Automotive and Collision is a proud supporter of Liberty University Athletics.
Visit BigSouthSports.com and stay current with everything in the Big South Conference. News, results, stats, standings, and much more. You can vote on the UTS fan poll, watch the Hardy Star plays, and enjoy video features profiling student athletes from across the conference. Plus, of course, free live streaming events throughout the year. It's all on the Big South Network. Remember, the source for all your conference information is BigSouthSports.com. Let's look at the scoring drive. Liberty 8 plays, 59 yards, just under 4 minutes. And Mosley scoring from 6 yards out. Liberty doing a good job moving it on the ground on that series. You know, Liberty is the only team to have swept its conference special teams preseason honors in all of Division I, both FBS and FCS this year. One of those is the place kicker for Liberty, who's number 10, Alex Probert, the sophomore, making his 20th consecutive start. Strong leg, accurate kicker, and as you know, he's pretty consistent on extra points. Crawford on the return, 10, 15, makes his way to the 20, still driving. Liberty, though, will let him get no farther. Bobby is on the sideline with us. And Bobby, how does the Liberty sideline look right now?
Well, Mike, let me tell you, you can feel the excitement. You can also see it. We got the offensive guys talking to the defensive guys. We got Solomon McGinty giving a couple fist bumps to Buckshot Calvert after that last drive. So a lot of excitement down here, a lot of smiles. So we'll see if that gets them going.
Oh, yeah, it's good news. you know, when you struggle, Matt, Liberty's lost 4 of its last 5 games. When you struggle like that, you start losing some confidence.
Well, sure, and you start getting kind of that down on the sideline, guys being quiet. You need just a little bit of a boost. You need some chatter. The coaches want to see that as well. Solomon McGinty, number 20 there on the defense, one of those guys that's always talking, always trying to get his team fired up. And we'll see if that drive will do it.
Hines outside, 30, 40, midfield, being chased. Look at that speed. He's going all the way. Touchdown, 79 yards. No wonder he's the Jerry Rice Award winner from a year ago.
Wow. First off, look at that cut right there. Just absolutely shook Ryan Davis, who was coming down to try to make the stop. And nothing in front of him but green grass as he takes it the distance, 79 yards to the house. Well, that's how you answer if you're the Dukes. You give up a long scoring drive, you come back and pop off 79 yards on one play and knot this thing up.
John DeMitt comes in to attempt the extra point, the place kicker from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and he ties it up at 7.
Well, unfortunately, we've seen this sort of thing before with Liberty. Think back to the Monmouth game. That was actually to open the game. They drive down, they score a touchdown, you're feeling good, and then Monmouth returns at 95 yards on the ensuing kickoff. We see something similar here on the first play from scrimmage. You just can't do that. You have to limit the big plays. You have all the momentum after that touchdown drive, and you give it right back to the visiting team on the first play on that long run there by Hines. The defense has to do a better job.
Solomon McGinty, you saw him on the screen there. Boy, he was running hard trying to get to Hines, but just could not outrun Hines. And, you know, Hines, as we told you, won the Jerry Rice Award last year. That means he was the top freshman in all of FCS. And it really set the goal that he wanted to win the Walter Payton Award, which is sort of the Heisman Trophy Award at the FCS level. And he injured his right shoulder early in the season, missed a couple of games, and so it sort of put all that in jeopardy. But he's been building up his strength, getting better and better, and he's a pretty fine running back.
No, he's great, absolutely. But when you look at that run, that goes back to what we heard Miles talk about in the open, gap integrity. Guys have to know where they're supposed to be on the field, which gap they're supposed to be hitting. And you heard coaches say, there's been some problems there with getting the call, being where you're supposed to be, and it certainly looked like some guys missed their assignment on that run.
Gill's punt goes into the end zone, won't be returned. And that'll put Calvert back onto the field. He was 4 of 5 passing, 33 yards so far in this game. Liberty with 75 total offensive yards, 33 passing, 42 rushing.
And this is the challenge, right? We know this offense is so great, and at times you've heard people, you know, complain about the offense and how they're playing. Well, think about the stress they're under. If you're Buckshot Calvert, if you're this offense, right now you feel like we have to score every time we have the ball because the defense has struggled so much. That's a lot of pressure to put on an offense, and I have a hard time taking out a lot of frustration on them because they've had to play with that kind of pressure here for the second half of the season.
Gandy Golden made the catch, but he was stopped by 3 white jerseys almost immediately. Good job by Stanbeck to get there first.
These short passes, you feel like they're just setting up a pump fake and then something over the top. Joe Daly, the offensive coordinator, saying this week, we feel like Duquesne's vulnerable down the field.
Another pass, Gandy Golden, right at the first down marker, a little bit short. It'll be 3rd down. Shagog making the stop.
Again, that off play action, watch for it. You're going to see that play action and then a shot downfield here before too long. Gandy Golden has become well known for making plays down the field for this Liberty squad, and usually he's matched up against smaller defensive backs.
On 3rd and inches, Mosley picks up the first down, a gain of 5. Carrington Mosley played his high school ball at Liberty Christian Academy. Last week, 20 carries, 123 yards, couple of touchdowns. Liberty beat Gardner-Webb in North Carolina, breaking that 4-game losing streak, 33-17 last week. Mosley to the 40. 20-yard run for Mosley. Roberts finally brought him down.
Yeah, Thomas Kennedy made that run. Watch the fullback come up here. That one block right there sprung Mosley, and then he did the rest, making a man miss to pick up a few extra yards. But Thomas Kennedy did the job.
Calvert wants to go to the air this time. Gandy Golden being pulled, but no penalty marker thrown. Liberty's coaches were in the face of the officials there as Gandy Golden was being pulled hard by Shagag.
Yeah, and there was the pump fake. That's what we were talking about, them trying to get that shot down the field.
A record on the line here today, you see. And tackled at the 43-yard line. Mosley that time couldn't get away from Mara. And there's that touchdown passes in a single season. You can see the folks that he's been chasing, tied with Mike Brown now, but he's one touchdown pass. He'll tie Robbie Justino and Phil Basso. Another, and he will hold the all-time single season record for touchdown passes at Liberty, which would be quite an accomplishment. Calvert, pass caught at the 27-yard line. King. Incomplete, excuse me, incomplete. Well, I thought he had caught that, but obviously he didn't.
Flames going to be forced to punt. Trey Turner, see if he can pin them deep here. Big no call on that shot down the field there on that drive to Gandy Golden. Sure looked like he was being held. No flag. Instead, the Flames end up being forced to punt it away.
Trey Turner to punt, standing at the 45. Crawford waits for this one. Waves for the fair catch. Fields it at the 10. Liberty doing a good job with the special teams, keeping the Dukes in bad field position, but they get the ball back.
Sodexo, global leader in quality of life services, is committed to creating exceptional experiences at Liberty University. Enjoy delicious concessions as we cheer on the Flames. Visit us at our many dining locations for both campus and community, and join us in our efforts towards sustainability and fighting hunger in Central Virginia. Sodexo is changing the face of college dining. For more information, visit libertydining.com.
It's been an exciting year here at Billy Craft Honda with the release of several new redesigned models, all here for you. If you're looking for a great deal on your new Honda, now is the time. Clearance pricing on new 2017 Accords, Civics, Fits, and HRVs. Clearance pricing along with 0.9% financing on select new models. Buy here with Craft Confidence. Save money and drive away in your new Honda today.
Marriott International is the host hotel of the Big South Conference, and you can actually help the Big South Conference and help Marriott and help yourself get some great rates. Just go to bigsouthsports.com/Marriott. Duquesne's going to have the ball to start this series. You know, Duquesne has won 7 straight games, the longest win streak in 15 years for the program. And, you know, these two teams have one common opponent this year, St. Francis. I mentioned Liberty lost to St. Francis by 6 weeks ago, but Duquesne beat St. Francis by 17 2 weeks ago. So we'll see how this comes together for both programs, both offenses averaging about 33 points a game, Matt, so they know how to score.
Yeah, they are, although the Flames offense, you want to talk about theirs, over the last 5 games, they've only scored about 23 points per game, so they've been slowing down just a bit during that losing stretch, but yeah, Duquesne, an awfully good squad, as we've already seen, very balanced. They can beat you a variety of ways. Stewart's pass complete to Rawlings, picks up a yard or so before being tackled. I think that was McGinty who made that tackle. It was. Under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Glad to have you with us on LFSN. This is the final non-conference game of the season for both programs. Stewart, plenty of time. Picks up 5. And 10 yards. He's out of bounds at the first down marker.
This is what I love about Stewart. He hangs in the pocket. He moves, shuffles, moves around, always looking downfield. He's buying time to throw it in the last resort is to take off, but when he does, he's athletic enough to pick it up. But he's a quarterback first that wants to sit in the pocket and sling it.
Hand off to Hines. Hines had that 79-yard touchdown run just a few minutes ago. This time he picks up 6.
On the stop for the Flames, number 4.
Second down 3. Hines wrapped up this time right at the line of scrimmage.
Tolan Avery there, good penetration from the interior part of that defensive line. And that's something that's been pretty inconsistent this year. We know the guys on the edge, Devontae Brown, Jawan Wells, are awfully good at what they do. The Flames have been looking for consistency in the interior, and it certainly showed up on that play.
Dukes with 99 rushing yards so far, just 1 passing yard here in the first quarter. Third down and 3. Stewart wants to pass. It is caught for the first down at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and that's a good catch by Lucas.
Flames brought the linebacker blitz there, Solomon McGinty. They picked it up nicely, and again, veteran quarterback, guy that's been around for a while in Stewart, no panic, threw a dart.
Pass complete to Rawlings. And he picks up 9 on first down right near midfield. Elijah Benton making the tackle on Rawlings.
Not wasting any time. Quickly resetting the ball, ready to go.
Stewart keeps it. Has the first down into Flames territory at the 48-yard line. Devontae Brown making the tackle on the quarterback.
Well, you might think it'd be tough coming into a new situation, your final season, not a lot of time to learn the offense, but when you'd already been to 2 different schools in Tommy Stewart, we mentioned Butte Junior College, then going to Boise State, you've already had to learn a couple of different offenses, you're kind of used to learning new things on the go. He's jumped right in and really hasn't missed a beat. You would think watching this guy, oh, he's been here his whole career. But no, he's picked this up in 1 season and just absolutely taken off.
Hand off, Hines, 40, 35, 30, down at the 28-yard line. Another great run for A.J. Hines.
Boy, they blocked that up so well, and he very nearly broke it if Elijah Benton didn't just get a piece of him right there at the end. You saw it from the line out to the receivers, everybody locked in on a Flame, doing a great job blocking downfield.
Rawlings has come in for Hines. Carry inside the 25. Murray picks up about 3 yards. Hines on the sideline right now, over 100 yards already in the game. This is his 11th straight game over 100 yards.
Yeah, and remember, P.J. Fulmore, the backup, is out with a foot injury today. So you're going to see Dwayne Murray, the freshman, backing up Hines. And Murray, by the way, was the Rookie of the Week in the NEC after going for 67 yards on the ground a week ago. So he can play a little bit too.
Second down 7. Pass over the middle, caught, 5, and touchdown. Seamus Rollins with the touchdown reception.
Boy, he got loose. He was wide open. That's an easy throw for a guy like Tommy Stewart. Take another look at it. Plenty of time to survey the field. Looked like it was that Corbin Jackson that was covering him. Not doing a fantastic job of it there, as there was that separation, easy throw and catch, and Duquesne goes on top.
Nice reception by Rawlins.
They may be looking again to see if he broke the plane. Going to take their time, double check before they have them kick this PAT. It was close, but it appeared that he came down on top of the defender, at least during live action. I think this one should stand.
You know, it's great to have the instant replay. There's so many times where that's made such a difference in a game, but it does cause the games to drag out a little bit for the fans. John DeMint comes back in to attempt the extra point. He was 4 of 4 last week. He's good on both of his attempts here this afternoon, and the Dukes have gone on top by a touchdown with 1:12 to go in the quarter.
Well, listen, this Seamus Rollins, a senior, he's an athlete now. He actually committed and went to West Virginia as a quarterback. Yeah, no doubt that was a touchdown. He enrolled early out of high school at West Virginia as a quarterback, was there for the spring semester, and decided that's not where he wanted to be. Left that program, ended up at Duquesne, moved to wide receiver, and outside of Nahari Crawford, he's been their most explosive weapon at the receiver position this year.
You know, the Dukes can clinch their 5th NEC title and FCS playoff bid if they defeat Central Connecticut next Saturday at Rooney Field. Central Connecticut 3-0 facing St. Francis this weekend, and so we'll see how that plays out. But the Dukes are trying to win their conference title, and Liberty, of course, not eligible for the Big South Conference Championship this year because of the move to FBS, but both these teams playing non-conference opponents here in early November. Gill's kickoff. Fielded at the 3. Espinoza. 20. Tackled at the 26-yard line.
Now it's the Flames' turn to answer. Facing a little adversity here, falling behind. What can they dial up offensively? Again, this week in the press conference, you heard offensive coordinator Joe Daly say the Duquesne defense is vulnerable on deep passes down the field. He feels like they can get the one-on-one matchups, get those 50-50 balls, and they have the playmakers that can come away with the football. Let's see if they take a shot here early in this drive and try to answer in a hurry.
Buckshot's going to throw on first down. Over the middle, going long. Candy Golden, incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it around the 40-yard line.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about there. It was into double coverage, but Abner Roberts had his back to the ball and couldn't see it coming. Gandy Golden, the only one able to adjust his route, adjust to the football, just wasn't able to bring it in. Had he snagged that one, he might have taken it the distance.
Instead, it's second down 10. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Liberty trailing by 7. Mosley. A burst of speed to the 41-yard line. That's a 15-yard run for Mosley. Roberts making the tackle.
Well, Liberty having some success on the ground, something we haven't said a lot this year.
Quick snap. Mosley's out of bounds inside Duke's territory at the 46. That's the first down. Penalty marker thrown on the far side of the field.
Illegal substitution, defense. The substitute did not get off the field before the snap. The penalties declined. Result of the play, first down.
Matt, Liberty's not afraid to go quick, are they?
No, they want to go with tempo, and at times I feel like they haven't gone with enough this year. They seem to kind of get in their best rhythm offensively the faster they go.
First down 10, 46-yard line. Final seconds of the opening quarter. Buckshot. Gandy Golden's downfield, and it's incomplete. Now a penalty marker is thrown, 2 of them, matter of fact, and it's going to be defensive pass interference. Shagag will be called for that.
Looked like Shagag kind of pinned one of Gandy Golden's arms down so he couldn't make the play.
Defense, number 10.
Trying to hold down, grabbing that right arm. Easy call, and that's what can happen. You take shots downfield, it's not all about completions. It's also you pick up a flag, and then you open up other things in your offense. If they have to respect the deep ball, perhaps it does open up the short passing game or even the run game like we've seen so far tonight.
Shagag, a redshirt senior, playing the cornerback position, going to be a target a lot here in this game. Buckshot just has to throw it away. Good pressure by Stone, Nathan Stone, the inside linebacker right there. The Big South would like to thank Geico. Geico is a contributing partner to the Big South Network.
Yeah, Stone not buying the fake. This is a guy making his 44th straight start. He's seen about everything you can see on the football field, and he was right there in the face of Buckshot Calvin.
Second down 10. Buckshot throws quick, incomplete, intended for King. Two Flames receivers down there, but the pass thrown a bit strong. Fitzgerald also down there.
Yeah, there just wasn't much there. He was covered up pretty well, and now the Flames had run the ball so effectively earlier in this drive, gone away from it here the past couple of plays, and you find yourself in 3rd and 10. So an obvious passing situation now for Liberty, unless they consider this 4-down territory, in which case you might run it here, give yourself a 4th and 5, 4th and 6.
3rd down. Buckshot, open, caught to the 1-yard line goes Reddick.
Pass complete to number 87.
15 seconds to go in the quarter. Liberty looks like they want to punch it in before the start of the 2nd quarter.
Well, Cephas Reddick has a knack for converting on 3rd down. He's made a number of those catches on 3rd down situations here the past couple of weeks for Liberty.
Liberty trying to go quick. Penalty markers thrown. And I think maybe a timeout called quickly by the Dukes. Yes.
There is no penalty on the play. Before the snap, timeout called. Duquesne. It's their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
There's another look at that throw to Cephas Reddick. What a great senior campaign he's had. Gets him down inside the 5. Did he hold on to it? That's a good question. They take a timeout, maybe in part, as we look back at an earlier play, the pass interference. But back on that Cephas Reddick catch, I almost wonder that timeout isn't so the officials can have a look at it and see if he completed the catch.
Oh, you think?
Let's see. Does he finish the play? You know, there's been so much controversy about what is a catch, what isn't a catch. That ball...
That's a catch.
Yeah, I think it is a catch. It came out at the end.
What's a completing catch? Replay.
They're going to look at it
down to the field. The play is
How much was it moving?
Duquesne is not charged a timeout.
So they're going to give a look to it. Every week in college football and the NFL especially, there is debate after debate about what is a catch and what isn't. How far do you have to go to complete the play for it to be ruled a catch or an incomplete pass? And we're going to find out here on this one, because you're right. You see him stumbling. How much is that ball moving? It's hard to say on this angle. We kind of get shielded, I think, by the defensive player towards the end. No? Let's see.
That has to be a catch.
I think you're right. I think he held on to it after he hit the ground initially. And then there, right at the end, maybe it got poked out. Big call, though. 3rd down, puts the Flames at about the 1.5-yard line.
I think I'd be a good replay official. What do you think?
I don't think so, Mike. But I think you're just doing
I would
great.
be very consistent.
You're doing great right where you're at.
I'd be really consistent, though. I think I would.
We just wouldn't let you do any Liberty games.
Yeah, exactly. But the officials, of course, are from the Big South Conference and the Atlantic Coast Conference. And so we'll see how they process all of this as Duquesne's head coach Jerry Schmidt talking with one of the officials.
They're taking their time.
You know, Cephas Reddick, of course, just that great, what we believe is a catch. And Bobby, you have some thoughts on him.
Well, guys, most guys were recruited out of high school to play football here at Liberty, but there are 2 current Liberty wide receivers that were found a little bit differently, and that's Cephas Reddick, as you guys mentioned, and Marquise Fitzgerald. They were content with making plays on the intramural fields when a couple former players noticed them and convinced them to try out for the team. And now 2 years later, these two, as we're seeing right now, are making and filling some huge roles. So guys, it just goes to show sometimes your best talent is in the backyard.
You know, I played intramural football. Maybe, who knows what might have been, Mike, if I had walked on. This could be a different story, but I wouldn't be here with you, so thank goodness I took the route that I did.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It all works out in the end.
I'm glad you didn't do it. Do you have any stats to share with us from your intramural days?
Back-to-back intramural quarterback champion, Mike.
MVP?
Well, I don't want to brag. It was a team effort, really. You know.
Now, was it like flag football?
Oh, yeah, flag football. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike.
Is that because you like wrapped your flag around your belt?
No, come on, Mike. Come on.
I know you. All right, this is a catch, people. Why are we? I think this is the reason
what concerns me here is it's taking so long. If they thought it was a catch, I feel like it wouldn't take long because you know where the ball's spotted. If they think it was incomplete, they've got to figure out how much time should be on the clock. All right, what was the original line of scrimmage? You got to figure those things out and figure out where to put the ball again.
Well, I just want to point out to fans watching, sometimes I'll hear people say, you know, when you televise games, the games drag out a bit because of commercials and all that kind of thing, which really isn't true when we've studied all that. But this is the kind of thing that drags out a game, is all of these reviews and ones like this. I mean, it's good to have them, right? But I don't know, can they do them more efficiently? I'm not sure.
I think you have to be able to do it more efficiently than we're seeing right now. This has gotten to the point of ridiculous how long this one's taking.
Looking at the emotional reactions of the players on the field, it looks like it may be ruled an incomplete pass. So, you know, just trying to watch sometimes the players get the sort of the insight from the officials talking. So we'll see. Jerry Magdalenes is our head referee.
After review, the receiver did not complete the catch, and the ball came in. It's an incomplete pass. It will be third down at the 31-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 16 seconds, and it will start on the snap.
Again, completing the catch, that's so hard to determine, you know what I mean? Like, it's how far does he have to go to complete it? It sure looked like from the angles we had, he had bounced on the ground a couple of times before that ball got poked out by the defender. And I don't think the Liberty sideline is all too thrilled with the way that that call was made.
And it appeared to me, and I could be wrong, but it appeared to me the officials on the field ruled it a catch, didn't they?
They did. So they had to see,
they had to
irreversible evidence to the contrary. And I honestly, Mike, and that's a great point.
Fourth down.
That's a great point. I don't think we saw anything so crystal clear as to reverse the call. Even right there, you can't tell. Can you see where the ball is?
No.
It looked like it got poked out right at the end.
Yeah. He hit the ground, then he got hit, and then, of course, the ball came loose. But once he hit the ground, he was dead.
It's close, but I'm with you. Usually they won't reverse it.
So it's going to be fourth down then as a result of that. That brings in Alex Probert. He's going to attempt a, let's see, that'll be a 48-yard field goal. Has the distance. But it's no good. It's wide left.
You know, Mike, that was his first field goal attempt since September 23rd against Jacksonville State. He hasn't attempted a field goal since then. So it's been a little bit since he's been out there in that situation. Certainly a long attempt. Just didn't hit it quite square.
Wow, what a change of events there. You know, Liberty was right at the 1-yard line. They could have punched it in, tied it up going into the second quarter perhaps. And instead, they come up with nothing because of that instant replay call. I'll make a note of that. First down 10 for the Dukes. Quick pass by Stewart. It's caught by Crawford. Thrown to the ground after a gain of 2. The clock will tick to 0, and we have played 1 quarter here in this non-conference game between Duquesne and Liberty. The Dukes have the second quarter as one of their best quarters all season long, so we'll see if Liberty can stop them when we come back.
And it's game on, 4th and 18. Friends rushing the party in under an hour. Supermom's headed for the snack aisle. Ooh, this one's a scramble. It's all come down to this. Look at that air. She's got it. And there's that signature double pour. Crisp chips, crunchy pretzels. This crowd's gone crazy.
We did it, honey. Best party ever.
Yeah, we did it.
Let's go for the glory.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Glad you're still with us here in Lynchburg, Virginia, 14-7 in favor of Duquesne. And guys, Juwan Wells not on the field in that series in which Duquesne scored their second touchdown, but you believe A.J. Hines the culprit, which got him on the bench basically.
Yeah, I think so. We talked about A.J. Hines at the beginning of the game, and he's a special player right here. But if you look at Juwan Wells, he didn't have contain right there. If he would have had a contain, that would have been a tackle, maybe a 1-2 yard run, and that's it. But instead, you have a 79-yard touchdown run, and A.J. Hines has 109 yards in the first quarter already.
So you do what we say you need to do. You take care of the inside gaps, and you take care of the things that you need to do from a defensive standpoint. But then you let up contain. You let them get out to the D gap. Exactly. You lose your assignment, and that's why we saw Juwan Wells sitting on the bench for that second series. Hopefully he can prove something here now.
We're going to go down to Bobby Bowling now. Bobby, was there any communication to Juwan at field level during that time?
Yeah, guys, you see Solomon McGinty try to get him going on the sidelines, has his head down, disappointed in not being in there, but hopefully we'll get him going after that. I know his teammates are trying to get him going on the bench. Guys.
All right, here we go. It's the start of the second quarter, 2nd down and 8 for Duquesne. They're starting at the 33-yard line. That was Hines who got wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Mitchell making the tackle.
There you go. Good penetration again from the interior part of that line. See Elisha Mitchell, a freshman, get in there. They like the way he's played here in the last few ball games. This is a big possession for this defense. Down a score, they need to get the ball back here. You can't fall behind 2 scores. You don't want to dig yourself another first half hole like they've done far too often this season.
As we mentioned, Duquesne, a great second quarter team offensively this year, so Liberty will be tested in this quarter for sure. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near on 3rd down and 10. Stewart's going to run. Comes up short, about 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, the Flames really brought just 2 rushers on that play. They were sitting back, basically begging Stewart to tuck it and try to pick it all up on himself. He took the bait, couldn't quite get there.
So Duquesne's going to have to punt. 4th down and 2. Just underway here in the second quarter. The Dukes lead at 14-7. Little running punt by McZura. Liberty fields it at the 25-yard line. It was Stubbs who fielded it. Didn't have much running room at all. Timeout on the field. Just underway in the second quarter. Liberty down by 7.
For more than 120 years, we've been there. In churches and schools, camps and senior living centers. We've been there in times of joy and in the most difficult moments, in times of loss. And our success has been measured not by the bottom line, but by our unwavering commitment to protecting our customers so they can continue their important work. Church Mutual Insurance Company, protecting the greater good.
Join the conversation and get social with the Big South. You can learn new details about what's going on or share your own experiences as you join the always growing network of Big South fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and more. Plus, you can find and follow this year's new conference source for game updates and championship coverage via Twitter. It's at Big South Game Day. Follow, watch, like, and share with the Big South Conference.
Rain or shine, McCracken.
He's
going to
back.
be in the house.
He's back. Didn't he graduate?
He never graduates. Mike?
I thought he graduated like he wasn't coming, like he moved on to something else.
I think maybe he's in his master's or something now. I'm not sure. He was actually at the basketball scrimmage against VCU as well last week. He made the trip down there. Those fans enjoyed that.
Well, he's an unbelievable fan for Liberty, especially at basketball games. He, what does he call his sort of his cheer, his yell right after?
I don't know. I know what some other people have called it, but I don't think it's the same thing. It's certainly recognizable.
Gotta love it. Love the support. I know the team does. That's Hickson. And Hickson picks up maybe a couple of yards. Liberty 136 yards of total offense, 42 passing yards here in the first half. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, honestly, the fact that they've run the ball so well, over 7 yards a carry, that surprises me. And Buckshot really hasn't had many opportunities down the field yet.
Ooh, that one knocked down, intended for Gandy Golden, but good job by Istachi to knock that one down.
Yeah, Jonathan Istachi, the junior defensive back. Good job breaking on the football. And just like that, Liberty finds himself in 3rd and long.
3rd down, about 8. Flames are 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions here in the first half.
A little hard count there for Buckshot. See if he can get the Dukes to jump off sides, pick up a quick 5 yards. They didn't bite.
Buckshot looking downfield. Gandy Golden runs into the defender at about the 40-yard line and sort of created a little bit of a screen, and he couldn't get past him.
Well, that's the frustrating thing, because I feel at times they kind of lock in on a receiver. It appeared like that was where he was going all along. Gandy Golden was well covered, and I understand sometimes he's big and athletic enough, you just throw it up and give him a chance. But really would have liked to see Buckshot kind of work through his progression there and see if he could find something just to pick up the first down. You didn't need 40 yards down the field if it was covered. Work through your progression, move the sticks, and live to take another shot down the field later in the drive.
Trey Turner's punt. Crawford retreats to the 26-yard line, and he's going down at the 22. Good tackle by Liberty's number 43. That's Alexander, Benjamin Alexander, who got there on special teams. Timeout on the field here at Williams Stadium on the campus of Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia.
What's the Big South?
What's the Big South?
What's the Big South?
It's our home.
It's our home. Rooted in excellence.
Built from hard work. It's our backbone.
An undeniable will.
Driven to surpass our potential.
It's our heart.
Unbreakable bonds.
And our journey. Striving for more.
Determined to lead.
Day in and day out.
This is the Big South.
Where winners are made.
Listen, we've all got to make choices. If you're hungry and you got $5, you could eat this stuff that the meat, bean, cheese randomizer Kiero'd into a box.
Taco Guacarito Supreme.
Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, drink, fries, and look at this fresh baked cookie. So it's a choice, I guess. The $5 All-Star Meals. There's 4 of them, and there's no better way to spend $5. Only at Hardee's.
Well, guys, every home game, Liberty does something different, and they give different giveaways, but I gotta say, this might be my favorite getaway. It is, I want to say it's a Rashad Jennings bobblehead, but it's a bobblehead leg featuring Rashad Jennings when he was in Dancing with the Stars. And Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we saw Mike Tilley up in the booth before the game started, kind of shaking a leg just like Rashad Jennings did with Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. Mike actually was his mentor and tutor before he went on Dancing with the Stars, as I understand it.
Well, they asked me to, but
you were busy. You're busy. I know.
I gave it to Rashad.
Yeah, that was nice of you.
Well, you know, can I tell you that in high school I loved watching the cloggers. Have you ever seen people come in and do clog dancing?
I have not.
All right, Appalachian State. Okay, this is a side note, but Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina has a special group. They travel around everywhere and they do what's called clogging.
Okay.
And it's a really interesting kind of a dance. It's a very sort of a mountain man kind of a dance.
All right, good. Well, you can show me an example later, maybe.
Yeah, I think they'll have the clogging bobble, whatever.
A bobble clog? Is that what you're going for? I don't know.
The Bobby Bowling. Okay. Bobble clog. All right, first down and 10. Stewart's running. Ball is on the field. Liberty recovers. McGinty has it at the 30-yard line. Liberty gets a break. Solomon McGinty comes away with it after Brown knocked it out of the hands of Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart did not feel De'Avante Brown behind him. He thought he had some room to run. De'Avante Brown comes from behind him. You see it right there. See how loosely he was holding the football? He was just looking at Ryan Davis in front of him. He didn't feel the pressure coming, and a great job hacking it out by De'Avante Brown. And this defense gives their offense now great field position. Look at McGinty. When he gets his hands on the football, he's fun to watch. Former JUCO wide receiver. Had a couple interceptions this year as well. Right man, right spot. And now the Flames need to turn this into 7. And look, we got the turnover bucket. We'll get to that here in a second.
Flames start from the 32-yard line. Number 9 gets that call. That was Kentori Matthews.
That De'Avante Brown signing that football. Let's see what they do here.
Bobby, what's going on with the trash can?
You may have seen it with other teams this season, but over the last couple weeks, Coach Gill and his coaching staff have been trying different ways to get their defense a little bit fired up. And guys, they're using a trash can and a ball, dedicate the football to someone, and throw down their best dunk. And I got to say, word on the street was in last weekend's game, defensive coordinator Robert Wimberly gave a good old alley-oop to Jeremy Peters after his 3rd interception. So they're trying to find a little bit of life on the sidelines. I think they're finding it. I'm seeing some smiles from Solomon McGinty after that one.
They're finding it in the trash can. Yeah. That's good. Whatever works, whatever gets them motivated, it seems to be working. You had I think it was 4 turnovers they forced a week ago, and now you get one here as well. So, hey, keep the trash can around.
Buckshot's pass caught for the first down inside the 20-yard line. Liberty's in the red zone. First down and 10. King with that reception.
Good throw, good catch by King, shielding the defender, basically keeping him on his back. Able to make that catch with him right there on him. And a good throw by Buckshot, low where only his receiver could snag it. Now the offense is clicking.
Just over 11 minutes to go in the half. Mosley tackled at the 19-yard line. A couple of players grabbing at his helmet.
Well, if you can get Carrington Mosley kind of dancing and moving side to side, you're feeling pretty good if you're a defense. That's when he's most vulnerable. Mosley is at his best, full head of steam, north and south. That time, tried to bounce it outside with no luck.
Mosley to the 16. It's going to be 3rd down. Oh, how Liberty needs to come away with some points this time down here, Matt.
Yeah, especially following up a missed field goal in the last possession. We'll find a way to get this one in. See if they throw it, try a little fade perhaps to Gandy Golden here.
To the end zone, Reddick, touchdown.
Boy, Cephas is having himself a tough afternoon. He had what looked to be a great catch on that 3rd down play down to the 2 in the first quarter. And that ball looked like it was perfectly thrown from Buckshot. Have another look at it right here. Well, that's a catch you have to make.
I don't think they'll have to review that one.
No.
So Alex Probert's going to come in to attempt the extra point, a 33-yard attempt.
Wow.
This one's no good. 2 misses in this game. Such a rainy, dreary day here at Williams Stadium. Timeout on the field. 10:02 to go in the half. So close to tying it up, but the Flames are down by 7.
Got me falling hard, sweet baby, got me falling hard.
For the latest updates and new look Big South merchandise, you can visit BigSouthStore.com now. Once there, you'll be able to gear up with an outstanding variety of officially licensed apparel and conference and school branded items. So get fully equipped for all your game day fun with the bigger and better online offerings at BigSouthStore.com. A little breezy here on a Saturday afternoon in November, and the rain is coming down. The band's still giving it their best. Those are pretty nice rain jackets. They've been relocated to the end zone this year, so they've got a different view than they've had in the past. Liberty, of course, going through renovations of its stadium in preparation for the move to FBS, and those renovations have already begun, and so you can see some of that in the background. And they're expanding to 25,000 seats in time for next season, doing a lot of aesthetic work as well, and all kinds of exciting things as the Flames move to the highest level in college football. Right now in a non-conference game with Duquesne. 10:02 to go in the half, and Duquesne leads it 14-7. Handoff, Hines. Hines wrestled to the ground. Juwan Wells was there.
Good job there by the defensive line. We talked about that, the kind of catchphrase, that gap integrity. And they say, you know, defensively, there's a couple of keys. Understand the call from the sideline to know which gap you're responsible for, but also trusting your teammate. Robert Wimberly saying at times he feels like guys don't trust the other guy to do their job, so they try to do something extra, which then gets them out of position. A running back will cut it back into an open hole and break off a big one. You got to trust the guy next to you as well as understand the call from the sideline.
Stewart's pass to Crawford. It's a catch at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 19.
The Flames have done a good job up until that point of keeping Nahari Crawford in check. This guy is an explosive playmaker. Mike, you mentioned it, 11 touchdowns on the year. He's tied for the tops in FCS. Also good bloodlines. He's the cousin of Steelers linebacker Ryan Shazier. So this kid's got some athletes in the family. In fact, they say Shazier actually, who plays, as I said, for the Steelers, will come to some of Duquesne's games when he gets the chance and watch his cousin play. And boy, Crawford's had one heck of a year so far.
Run right up the middle. Hines picks up 9 yards on first down.
Hines, not just a burner, although we saw him go for 79 yards untouched to the end zone. He's a stout back, but just in small areas, in short spaces, he is awfully quick and then has the power to finish off runs like you saw there. Taking a little contact, keeps the legs churning, is able to pick up some extra yards after taking that initial hit.
Quarterback Tommy Stewart is 6 of 7, 69 yards on a touchdown. This time he hands it off. To the 40-yard line goes A.J. Hines, another first down for the Dukes.
Boy, and Ryan Davis was the only thing between Hines and the end zone. If he hadn't found a way to get him to the ground, that would have been another lengthy touchdown scamper. Here it is again. Big hole up the middle. Thankfully, Davis able to wrap him up.
Duquesne now with 162 rushing yards midway through the second quarter. Hines spinning.
Wow.
Fighting his way to the 33-yard line.
That looked like it would be stopped for no gain. He made that spin move initially. Looked like he was off balance. Somehow kept on moving. And well, what a day he's putting together on his way to a career effort.
Turner Gill looking over from the sideline in his 6th season with the Flames. Has had great success in the month of November over the years. 8-2 here at Williams Stadium during the month of November. Hines picks up the first down. Clock runs with 7:05 to go in the half.
You know, why would you do anything but feed Hines? As long as he can tote it, I keep giving it to him.
The Dukes are 7-0 when they lead at halftime this year. Of course, they're 7-1 on the season. They lost their opening game to South Dakota State, and then they have gone on to win 7 straight under their head coach. Taking some time here to get set. 5 seconds on the play clock. Crawford in motion. Handoff Hines. Hines inside the 20, picks up 6 yards.
Shows good patience. And again, this was the best freshman at any position in the nation a year ago, winning the Jerry Rice Award. And for a young guy, still just a sophomore, he shows great patience, letting his blocking develop before hitting the hole.
Hines has gone to the sideline. Dwayne Murray, number 26, comes in, take his spot. 2nd down and 4. Murray wrapped up right at the 20-yard line. May have picked up a yard on the fall forward. Juwan Wells making the tackle.
Big 3rd down here for this Liberty defense.
Wells has 4 tackles in this game. Liberty led in tackles by McGinty and Benton, both with 5. Third down and 3. Stewart wants to throw, looking to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. It was intended for Thomas Lucas, but it was broken up there right inside the pylon.
Yeah, Jimmy Fox there on coverage. A lot of hand fighting going on. Very nearly caught. His defense, the old bend but don't break. Gave up some yards, but able to force them into a possible field goal situation. Let's see. Again, they're taking time. I think they're letting a second look at that one be taken.
The play
clock run down. They're just going to take a timeout.
Timeout. Duquesne. Their first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Liberty has 3 timeouts left, 2 for the Dukes now.
Yeah, pretty clearly that wasn't a catch. So the question now becomes 4th and 3. Going to bring on the field goal unit, or are they going to run the offense back out there and try to go for it?
Rhett, DJ, and Miles will join you at halftime inside the warm, dry LFSN studios.
Yeah, let's just say it, Mike. You were saying it earlier, I know, off camera, but those guys are soft, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
DJ said he didn't want to mess up his hair or get it wet or anything like that. There they are. What a tough job
Rhett,
in there.
Tough Canadian Rhett McGibbon.
If it was snowing, I'd be out.
Yeah.
I don't like wet rain.
wet rain, right, yeah.
You know.
We can't get DJ's hair messed up. Didn't you hear him?
All right, field goal opportunity here. DeMitt comes in. He's going to try for a 37-yard attempt. He was 3 of 3 on field goals last Saturday. This season, 5 of 6. Good distance, and it's good.
Threw a curveball up there, didn't he? That thing hooked right in. Nice shot by Domet. They like his accuracy on the shorter field goals, and got that one to bend in there to make it a 10-point ball game.
5:11 now to go in the half. Liberty trying to win its 5th game of the season. Duquesne trying to win its 8th game, and as we told you, Duquesne wants to win their conference, the NEC, this year, and they're just if they go and beat Central Connecticut next Saturday at Rooney Field, they'll do that. You know, Steelers founder, the Pittsburgh Steelers founder, Art Rooney, for whom their home field is named, was a quarterback and a kicker for the Dukes in 1920. Then his son Dan Rooney, the Steelers' late chairman, graduated from Duquesne. And the Duquesne football team is honoring Dan Rooney with a commemorative helmet decal this season. The decal, a black circle with the initials DR in gold, and placed on the back of each helmet in honor of the former Pittsburgh Steelers chairman. They have a great connection with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just a lot of history in this football program at Duquesne. And this is a team that they won an Orange Bowl back in the day. They've been playing football for a long time. Yeah, Orange Bowl over Mississippi State in 1937, so they have a long history of playing football there.
Espinoza on the kickoff return. Gets by a couple of white jerseys to the 28-yard line. Liberty with 3 timeouts left and 5:04 to go in the half. There's an injured Flame back at the 22-yard line. There's that decal honoring Dan Rooney with the Steelers, late chairman.
The injured guy down. I think it might have been Thomas Kennedy, the fullback. We're trying to get a look in there. If so, that would be a big blow to the Flames and their running game especially. Yeah, it is.
So Kennedy on the special teams there. Flames have had to produce about 450 yards of total offense to win each of their 4 games this season. So far in this game, they have 154 yards of total offense. So, you know, you'd say, well, they need, 225, 250 or something in the first half. So they're a bit short. We'll see if they can make up some ground here. First down and 10. Buckshot Calvert, 7 of 17 passing. He's going long, going downfield. Incomplete, little bumping, no flag thrown, intended for Gandy Golden.
So back, this was a moment ago. Thomas Kennedy went down. Looks like maybe he got rolled up on there on the end of that play. Not on the field right now. We'll keep an eye on it. But let's go back to that last throw by Buckshot. This is, again, a little bit of an issue I have. Give him some easy throws. Give him some throws to get into rhythm.
Mosley.
You talk about him being 7 of 18 on the day. Give him some short, easy throws that kind of get him feeling confident again. We've seen a lot of shots downfield, and I'm all for that when it's there. But it's been pretty well covered, and in all honesty, a lot of those throws haven't even given his receiver a chance to go up and make a play on the football. So I want to see a few more intermediate throws from him, see if he can get rolling a little bit.
3rd down and 8. Buckshot tries to step it up. Throws it incomplete, out of bounds. It'll be 4th down.
Pass to B.J. Farrow, incomplete.
B.J. Farrow, the receiver.
Brings up 4th down for the Flames.
Flames will have to punt. Liberty is 5-2 all time against Northeast Conference teams. Flames actually have a 2-game losing streak here at home. They lost to St. Francis and to Kennesaw State. Last time LU lost 3 straight home games was 12 years ago. This is a place that's been pretty reliable for Flames football. Ooh, Crawford fields it, holds on to it.
He made that one a lot more exciting than it probably needed to be.
18-yard line, that's where the Dukes will start. The Dukes with 253 yards of total offense, most of it rushing, 184. Liberty's run more plays, I think about 10 more plays, but Duquesne averaging 9.4 yards a play.
Well, this defense has to step up right here. I mean, it's already a 2-possession game, but if you give up a touchdown here going into the half, and then Duquesne gets it first coming out into the start the second half as well, you're putting yourself in a deep hole to dig out of.
A.J. Hines picked up a yard or so. The Dukes' first 4-0 start ever in the NEC. 7 straight wins after losing that non-conference game to South Dakota State in the opener. So they've just had great success this year as Liberty has a injured player on the field.
Yeah, that's Jalen McKinney, redshirt sophomore linebacker. You get to this point in the year, everybody's playing a little dinged up. Nobody's 100%. Sometimes that can lead to Being maybe a little step slow, or find yourself in spots you don't want to be in and come down awkwardly. They're taking a look. It's like at that knee.
Hey, you know, on this date back in 1989, Liberty beat Youngstown State and its young head coach, Jim Tressel. The final was 41-14 as you look at how that injury occurred.
Yeah, see, again, boy, guy just falls right on the backside of his leg there.
But Liberty beat Youngstown State back then, 41-14. LU's coach at that time was Sam Ritigliano, the all-time winningest coach at Liberty. That was on this date back in 1989.
Whatever happened to that Tressel guy? Anything good?
I think he did a few good things in Ohio. Yeah. Boy, you hate to see that injured player.
Yeah, this defense already pretty thin anyway. Not to lose McKinney from that linebacker spot hurts.
Under 4 minutes now to go in the half. Duquesne with a 10-point lead. Both these teams Division I FCS programs. That pass knocked down by Chris Turner, intended for Taylor. Chris Turner out there. Chris Turner celebrating a birthday today.
Well, now you got all the birthdays.
Hey, singing. Your job is to sing the birthdays.
You've been sending cards or what? Well, that's where Chris Turner's at his best, in coverage. Good job down the field, able to knock that one down, bring up 3rd and 7 now. Again, with 3:43 to go, if Liberty can get a stop here, they give their offense enough time to make something happen.
3rd down, about 8. Flames fans and the Duquesne fans sprinkled in there. Stewart looking, dumps it off, complete, 25-yard line, 30, 1st down, still going. Taylor tackled at midfield. Duquesne continues its drive with 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Well, and you see again the experience, the veteran play from the quarterback Stewart, not in a hurry. Sees the guy coming across the field, not just chucking it deep, but hitting this guy on the shorter route, letting him do the work after the catch. And then the missed tackle, and the 1st down ends up being picked up. Kellen Taylor, a guy, actually plays basketball for Duquesne as well, so he's a good athlete. Taylor actually played in 12 games last season for them, and also played high school basketball with #1 pick in the NBA draft, Markelle Fultz. Was drafted by the 76ers. He played at DeMatha Catholic. And I would have to bet that Taylor has better free throw shooting form than Fultz right now, if I were to wager. You've seen Markelle Fultz shoot, you know what I'm talking about.
1st and 10 for the Dukes.
Whoa!
Hines. 50 yards. It's going to be a record day for him.
Yeah, it just was. His previous record was 189 yards in a ball game. That came last year. Now he's at an even 200.
Officially 49-yard score after a 79-yard run in the 1st quarter.
It's all about this first cut. Ryan Davis. You saw Davis get beat on the first long run. He just got beat again. Absolutely shook him. Nobody between him and the goal line. And A.J. Hines showing you why he's one of the best backs